You live? You live? You live? Yeah. Y'all see the aesthetic I got on? I liked it. The Michael Jackson movie was it. The biopic, the Michael. I was a little skeptical at first, but it was good. Not my favorite biopic. Not my favorite biopic. I believe that I don't know what that. I gotta really think about that. But like, Ray was really like up there. Ray was like up there. I thought about that when I left the movie theater. But overall, it was a good film. Now the critics, they did come out and say like, well, before the movie was released, it was getting like a 27, and then after the audience score came out, the audience score was like a 97, 96. So the critics score, like the score went up a little bit to like 37, where it opened up a little bit. Like, I feel like with this movie, we've seen a lot of the making of the movie for years because it's Michael Jackson. Everybody was excited for it. So, I was gonna make this review yesterday, but my girl told me like to look up some more facts about the movie or facts about who shot it, and I don't know. I still didn't look up who like exactly shot it and everything. I do know it was made by the same group of people who did like who does like the good biopics today, like the Bohemian Rhapsody, the Whitney one, did they do the Elton John one? But yeah, the people who does those biopics did this one. So I expected the camera shots to be good, just the visual aspect to be good, and the music in the score. Even though we heard Billie Jean and so this Mike movie was the I feel like this is the first part to the second movie to another part of the movie or another part of his life, because this covers like his origins, or like the Jackson 5 origins, because they call the Jackson 5 origins till like the bad era, or like the beginning of the bad era. So it's like from Jackson 5 to bad. So you get the Jackson 5, you get the those albums, you get the I Want Yous, the everything on Jackson 5 related. Then you get the oh my god, the Off the Wall era. So we go through that, and then we get to the Thriller era, and then his like promotional run after Thriller, and then you get into Bad, which kind of was a little a con that I had about the movie a little bit. Like it was paced a little. It was paced kind of quick. Like it didn't stay on a topic too long, except for like the Thriller era, because the Thriller era is the most important. Like some of the most important times around Mike. I mean, he was being the biggest artist, and he had the movie was very good at telling you the vision and everything that he had. Rather it was making the songs, rather it was shooting the music videos, and like he wanted the people and his fans to be very immersed in the experience. That's one thing I really do like about Mike, and this movie did highlight how vocal his fans was to him, like how important like fan reception and how he looked and how he perceived was very important to him. Like he would, like they even had one part in the movie where his hair caught on fire, and instead of like of course everybody's concerned about Mike, but he's concerned about he put his glove on and he wanted to show his fans that he's still good and everything. Even with him being in the hospital with his hair and everything, he was going around talking to fans and talking to a lot of Make-A-Wish kids and everything, which was I really do like that about the film. Really did show the human side of Mike, and even some of the flaws on Mike. Like he was getting he was bringing animals to the crib. He had when he got Bubbles for the first time, which was hilarious. The whole theater was cracking up. He had like giraffes in the back and like pet snakes and everything. So like he was like, it showed Mike's childhood, his childlike traits and everything, and he was saying like how he isn't like how other kids are. Even Joe Jackson, which was Coleman Domingo. I'm seeing some Oscar nominations for it might be time for him to get his, like that acting as he was Joe Jackson, so Joseph Jackson and everything. Like he didn't call him dad the whole movie, which was very important to like some of their backstories. Like he treated them like a machine rather than just kids or everything. He treated them like a machine. Like I just said, like the time where Mike had his hair caught on fire, and they went to the hospital. Joe was like, "Yo, he's out of ICU. Can he perform? Is he going to perform again? Is anything wrong with his face or anything like that?" Like, everybody else is concerned about how Michael is doing. He's more concerned about, is he good to keep performing and everything. And he really, and Coleman Domingo was very good at like just reiterating that. And the makeup was fire. That's another thing that's gonna get like an Oscar nomination. It's the makeup. The makeup was very good. I know that some people say, "Oh, like Jafar doesn't really look like Mike." He does look like the way that he moved, talked, everything. He looks like Mike. Joe Jackson looks just like Coleman Domingo. Looks just like Joe Jackson, bro. The eyes and then even the facial structure, it looked just like that. He was very intimidating. Everybody butt was clenching when he was talking about like, yo, Mike was talking about like, yo, I do want to do this solo stuff, but one thing you got to do, you got to talk to my dad about it. Like everybody was the white execs was like, yo, we gotta talk to Joe. Like, oh shit, no, they faxed him. They had to fax him to fire him, bro. They were so scared of this man. And Coleman Domingo played it good. They even showed the whoopings. I was like, oh shit. So I found out that the guy who directed Antoine Fisher was Antoine Fisher. He directed this movie. So I'm like, yo, the beatings was good, bro. Cause Antoine Fisher, man, his little backstory of the backstory of his moms and like his foster mom or whatever it is, the mom and the abusiveness of her house, dog. I was scared of that shit when I was a kid, bro. So having that same director do Joe Jackson like that, bro, yeah, everybody was scared of Joe Jackson. Like it was the music cut out, the like everything cut out. It sounded like the DJ skip thing when Joe walked in, bro. It was scary, bro, but he was good. It was good. It was captivating. Nia Long did a good job as the moms. I forgot the mom's name. I forgot her name, but like they were really good at like just hammering home the aspect of Mike and his mom and everything like that. Like I feel like because I'm very close to my mom, so seeing that in the movie was like it touched my heart a little bit. Like he was even after selling 50 million, 100 million album copies, he still would come home to his mom's and they would watch like Three Stooges and eat ice cream, bro. I love that. I can still see how that kind of diminished him a little bit, or like after he moved out of the house or like moved on with his life, how that kind of hindered that. And Joe even talked about that, outside of this house, the world isn't going to see you like how we see you, and that was very, very important, and it was very tense, even though he isn't like beating them all the time, but like there is one scene where he like whoops him as a kid and everything with the belt, and they do like a little montage of that stuff. But other than that, the acting was phenomenal. Now, one of the criticisms I had per se, and this is just me being a music nerd, like it's still a movie. The pacing of the movie is good for what a movie is. Now, me being a music nerd, I wanted to see like how Thriller and like I want to see how these songs were like made and like everything. Like how did like the importance of these songs. I want to see that stuff. I want to see like how the beats were laid down. I want to see like how you came up with this thought process of him writing it. Like he went into like his shed like to attach to his house or his studio. They turned to a studio and he was just like writing down ideas. And I know Mike was writing and everything, but like, bro, come on, bro. I know niggas was helping you out. Like, bro, come on. And I wish it was more Quincy Jones in the movie. I know it seemed like he was in one scene. It seemed like one talking role, even though I feel like in the during the most important time of Mike, during the Thriller era, that Quincy Jones was very essential. But that's what we got documentaries and everything for. I watched how Thriller was made, and bro, that just changed my whole aspect on how I make music. So not putting that in the movie, it isn't like it was probably just for me, because like, my moms don't want to see, like, my mom's probably not interested in all that intricate music, intricate stuff. So that's a little thing on that. They had like a little Prince shade in there. Mike was like, yo, I gotta get these ideas out. If not, God gonna give him the Prince. Yo, the whole theater was cracking up, bro. The little Prince shade in there. I did like that. But what else didn't I like about the movie? It wasn't a lot that I didn't like, bro. So seeing that score, I think it was really on the they didn't touch on like allegations or whatever. That's the only thing, because I know Mike in the media space is like weird, and also Mike was very outspoken about a lot of things, so that's probably why the media and tabloids don't really mess with Mike like that. But I feel like this is the first part to a second movie, because like the way that it ended with him performing bad. It ended with him performing bad, and that was another thing, bro. If you a Mike fan, I teared up. Me and my mom we teared up at this part. The last 20 minutes of the movie, if you a Mike fan, phenomenal, bro. The last 20 minutes where he performed like Human Nature, he performed something else, and then he did like Bad after that in London. Those last 20 minutes, fire. Jafar killed it. He looked moving just like Mike. Even the whole, like, it made me want to die and go to a Mike concert. How good as the fucking, those last, what's the cause were. But like, but they did that on the, like Bohemian Rhapsody, like the, with the Freddie Mercury performing like, Radio Gaga and, We Are the Champions or whatever. That AIDS benefit concert, they did very good at that recreation of that. It's so good. I used to literally get drunk and just watch that Bohemian Rhapsody benefit concert, like the movie part. Like that shit was fire. It was fire. It was really good. Almost like shot for shot, like from what the concert was. Overall, in conclusion, like I did like the movie. I did. And I went in there with high expectations. I did. This is a Michael movie. This is a Michael biopic. It isn't perfect. Like I said, like the pacing can be a little dull. Not dull, but like it could be a little quick. Like they went over, they have a lot of ground to cover. But I feel like they could have stayed on certain things a little bit longer. Like the whole the Jackson 5 thing, and like I made a joke in the movie theater, like, yo, what about his brothers? My mom was like, yo, the movie is called Michael, not Tito, not Jermaine. It's called Michael, and his brothers did a very good telling of how the family dynamic was, with Joe being how Joe was in the household, and how they were afraid of him and didn't want to say no to him, and like how important family was to Mike. Like Mike even was saying like, yo, I'm gonna do these tours. He wanted to go off on his own path and have his own thing. But he also was like, yo, I'm gonna do the tour. Like when after he got his hair caught on fire, or after like the off the wall thing, he always said like, yo, I wanna do my own thing. I wanna go do my own shit. And Joe was like, nah, man, what about family? What about family? He was guilt tripping with that shit. Like, what about family? And then Mike would always say like, yo, I'm doing the victory tour for my family, then I'm gonna go do my own thing. Which was a good moment to have. And then even before that, the Triumph tour after the Off the Wall, where some of the hottest things he's ever been, he's doing a family tour. So like, I like that. It is a little toxic because, you know, family can be toxic, but I like that about Mike. And in the movie, I really, really did like that. But on this image right here that I got on the screen, just a tweet about IGN is still the worst review site. It gave Michael 3 and She-Hulk an 8. Now I don't agree with this in two ways. First of all, I don't think She-Hulk is good. I like She-Hulk, but an 8, maybe a 7. And Mike does not deserve a 3. Hell no, that might deserve an 8. That might deserve the 8 or a 9, obviously. But even though I heard Billie Jean and Human Nature and Thriller 100 million times, hearing them again, in the right setting, man, good. But I'm saying that Human Nature part where he saw that Human Nature on that victory tour, that shit teared me up. I shed a little thug tear for that. That was pretty good. Overall, I liked the movie. Can't wait for the second part. On makeup, phenomenal. Acting, great. Coleman Domingo, Oscar nom. Makeup, Oscar nom. Wardrobe, Oscar nom. All that. Visual effects, it was nothing visually blew me away. Nothing visually blew me away. I think the acting from Jafar and Coleman Domingo was way better than the visuals, but the visuals was pretty good. The pacing could have slowed down a little bit. Like, I kind of wish they showed a little bit more of the music making or the making of the videos, because they were so, if such a, Mike was so vocal about him getting on MTV, and they did show that part, and I really did like that part. They were very vocal about him getting on MTV, and it took Thriller to the next level, from it being like a classic to a universal classic. So yeah, I really did like that. But I kind of, and they did do it with Thriller. They did do it like behind the scenes of Thriller, and like him saying like, I want people to see my whole face, like my whole body, and feel immersed in it, than just seeing the upper half of my body. Because afterwards, when he said, after they did the full body shot, you can see the crowd, the behind the scenes people moving and shaking their heads. So Mike knew what the fuck he was talking about. He just needed people to listen to him. He needed people to execute and whistle. One funny part of the movie is like when he was talking to Miles Teller character, and Miles Teller character is just telling him, y'all work with this person, and I know what you want, and I know what to do, and I know how to and I know what type of person you are. You're the greatest musician ever, and there's gonna be nobody else that could recreate what you're doing. The first thing Michael said, I'm like, yo, I like you. Everybody else clear the room. Fire my dad. And he sent him a fact right away. And yo, I liked the biopic. It made me feel good, bro. It did. It was good. That's what a biopic's supposed to do. It's not as high caliber on the levels of like Ray or anything like that, or like What's Love Got to Do with It, but it's still a very, very good biopic. I would, like I just said, like a 9 out of 10 to me. But yeah, that was good. Shout out to Michael Jackson. Probably love you.